Why miss a decibel of life? With advanced hearing aids and accessories from Siemens, you don't have to.
Hello, this is Irwin. Hello, this is Irwin.
37-year-old Irwin Tamesis is a man on the go.
I'm an IT consultant, and I travel a lot.
He goes wherever his clients need him and tries to be available whenever they need him, which often means fielding calls from the road.
I noticed that I kept saying I'm sorry to other people. I kept asking them to repeat themselves. He thought it's just a language barrier because I came from the Philippines and we speak a different language.
What I want you to do is to raise your hand every time you hear a beep, even if it's faint. We'll start with your right ear first and then your left ear.
Turns out language wasn't the barrier after all. Irwin has a hearing condition, one that had been taking its toll both personally and professionally.
I could not compete with other coworkers because of this condition. My relationship with my coworkers, deteriorated because I noticed myself, withdraw from them.
When you look at the hearing aid here, you've got your 2 microphones here.
Ultimately, Irwin turned to audiologist Lori Drake for help.
One thing, of course, I had to look at was his age. He's in his 30s, and he's in a business world, and he didn't want his hearing aids to be the focus when somebody met him. And then he is involved in technology, and he needed something that could fit in with the technology that he uses.
You won't be able to notice it.
You really can't see it.
Irwin chose these pure hearing instruments from Siemens.
The Siemens line of hearing aids, they have something from the most basic to very high-end digital. If you push P1 for program 1, you can see that's our everyday listening program, and that's the program that you're going to use the most. The biggest feature that I knew would be appropriate for him was the Bluetooth function. I mean, really one of the first things he said to me was, my biggest problem is talking on cell phones.
I just finished sending an email to our offshore consultants. Now when someone calls me, especially clients, I can answer it anywhere, anytime. It improved my life because just the first day of wearing this instrument, the confidence that you have makes you feel great. When you go in the field, you talk to your family, you talk to the kids, you talk to your wife, and you talk to your coworker. It's really different.
So how does my voice sound right now? Is that sounding more natural there?
It's more natural.
As an audiologist, when you see a success story like this, I mean, that's what we love about our job. That's what's so special about what we do.
Irwin recently started a new job to get a fresh start.
Before I had this instrument, I just compete with my technical abilities. But now with this instrument, I'm able to supplement my technical abilities with the interpersonal relationship.
I don't think most of the time he's really thinking about, here are my hearing aids and what do I need to do. He's just living his life and the hearing aids are there to help him.
Since I wear this instrument, I'm the one who's initiating the conversation with my coworker already. And just the confidence is really the biggest part, I think, that that makes me feel great.
How do decibels of sound influence who you are? Don't let hearing loss get in your way. There are a variety of hearing aid solutions to fit everyone's lifestyle and fulfill their needs.
Have you decided on what you'd like to have?
Yes, I'll have the spinach salad and the asparagus ravioli, please.
Ordering a meal at a restaurant is something most of us take for granted, but for 38-year-old Molly Clark, it's a pretty big deal.
Oftentimes my husband will have to translate to me what the server has said, and it's quite embarrassing when that happens.
Though Molly says that doesn't happen anymore, thanks to her hearing aids, which for a long time she didn't want to admit she needed.
I did not think that I would be a candidate at all with my young age at the time, and I'm very fit, very healthy, always have been, so I just thought it was something that would go away, and it just didn't.
When her hearing loss began impacting her job as a human resources director for a major hotel chain, she knew it was time to see an audiologist. She also knew she didn't want to wear bulky, uncomfortable hearing aids like those she'd tried but stopped wearing years ago.
Being discreet in appearance was very important, and something that was comfortable, physically comfortable in my ear. And she was able to match it up perfectly with this model.
Individual lifestyle needs and severity of hearing loss guide hearing care professionals to select the most appropriate hearing aids for their patients.
So we were able to get her what's called a Motion 100, which is a very good, solid standard device made by Siemens, and it's worked wonderfully for her.
Not just at work, but at home as well.
We spend a lot of time on our deck, and we sit out there and play games and eat dinner just about every single night, and now I can hear the birds chirping, and sometimes, unfortunately, I can hear all the dogs barking in the neighborhood now. But
this also allows you to change the volume. All you have to do is press this little button, and the volume goes up, press it, it goes down, and wherever it's best for you, that's the right setting. I really love my job because now I can come in and fit a patient like Molly with an entry-level device that is far superior than the high-end devices were even a few years ago. So I don't have any reservations if someone comes in and says, well, I can't afford the highest. I say, we can still help you.
Molly's husband lovingly jokes about their early dating days.
I think one of the reasons why she fell in love with me initially is because I am in her audible range, so that helped significantly. I could lean in and whisper things to her and she heard them.
But he's serious when it comes to advising others about hearing loss.
My wife, you know, in her mid-30s, not an old lady, beautiful, successful, realized that she needed to see an audiologist, saw one, got the proper, you know, treatment and the hearing aid devices that make her hearing better, and it's changed our lives.
Have a great lunch.
Thank you very much.
It has been a blessing, actually, because not being able to hear is very frustrating. And it's not only frustrating for the people that you're talking to, but it's also frustrating for me because I know that I'm missing out on so much. And that feeling of saying yes as a response to something that someone said that you really didn't hear, and just hoping that it was a yes or no question, that uncomfortable feeling has gone away, and it's just a big relief and satisfaction.
Hearing loss shouldn't limit what you can do. Enjoy life's accomplishments without missing a decibel.
At 59 years young, Stephen Franklin lives the kind of life most of us have only read about. He served in the U.S. Air Force for 20 years as a navigator. He's driven sports cars and now works as a rocket scientist.
I'm an engineer with a company that launches satellites, and so we build rockets, all that cool stuff that implies.
As calm, cool, and collect as Stephen appears, his work can be pretty intense.
Part of what I do is worrying about, is it done well? You know, so I work with other engineers, making sure that things that were supposed to be done are done correctly, because you only have one chance to get it right.
To Stephen, getting it right means in part hearing things right, but he frequently found himself asking his coworkers to repeat themselves. So even though he'd previously tried and later rejected wearing hearing aids, he decided to go to advanced audiology. Turns out he had a moderate hearing loss across all frequencies.
As he was talking and telling me his needs and what he was having difficulty is, Pure just kind of naturally floated to the front of the line as far as what I would choose for him, and he tried it on and it was just a perfect fit from the get-go.
What these Pure hearing instruments lack in size, they make up for in power. They're packed to the brim with advanced processing technologies.
They're amazing, they really are. They're a lot lighter and smaller than the previous behind-the-ear model that I was wearing. The technology has really changed a lot. I'm kind of a scientist geek kind of a person, so I appreciate that.
It is amazing that he is this rocket scientist, and he comes in and he is amazed by his Pure hearing aids.
Hey Aaron, it's Dad.
So are his friends and family, especially his wife.
And after I got the hearing aids, things changed to the point where about a week after we had them, she looked at me and said, thank you. So that's kind of neat.
It's wonderful working with someone like Steve because it gives me the affirmation that what I do really does make a difference, and that the quality of product that I deal with is really the quality that someone like him would expect.
Stephen's advice to those who suspect they may have hearing loss? Simple. Get help.
A lot of guys particularly are kind of vain. They may not want to use that word, but they are. You know, they can survive anything, and it's not a sign of weakness at all. You know, and that's the message I really want to tell guys. You know, it's not a sign of weakness to wear hearing aids. It makes your life better.
Enjoy the beauty of sound again. Siemens Answers for Life. Visit us at www.usa.siemens.com/decibel.